Covering Flint, Saginaw, and Bay City, this is ABC12 News at 6, starting with breaking news.
After 40 long days on the picket line, the strike has officially come to an end.
It's breaking news we first brought you on ABC 12 News at 4. Nearly 50,000 UAW members are heading back to work after ratifying a contract this afternoon. According to the Associated Press, 57.2% of workers voted in favor of that contract.
Over 800 Aramark workers are right behind them, also ratifying their deal with GM. This means no one will have to cross the picket line to get back to work.
GM is already putting out production schedules for their workers, trying to get factories back up and running as soon as possible.
The UAW releasing a statement that reads in part, "We are all so incredibly proud of UAW GM members who captured the hearts and minds of a nation. Their sacrifice and courageous stand address the two-tier wages structure and permanent temporary worker classification that has plagued working-class Americans."
General Motors CEO Mary Barra is also commenting on the end of the strike. Now, she says, quote, "We delivered a contract that recognizes our employees for the important contributions they make to the overall success of the company." She adds, "As one team, we can move forward and stay focused on our priorities of safety and building high-quality cars, trucks, and crossovers for our customers." Our team of experienced reporters are standing by with reaction from UAW members and more on what happens next. Our breaking news live team coverage begins with Elise Ramey. She's live outside Flint Engine Operations. And Elise, you've spoken with several UAW members as they are cleaning up the picket lines. How are they feeling tonight, knowing that this strike is over?
Dawn, it's really been a mix of emotions for the different people who I've talked to, but as you can see, it is pretty empty out here along Bristol Road outside the engine plant in Flint, and the tents are gone, the workers are gone. They've been out here for 40 days. It's been a very long time, but they are eager to get back to work. One of the workers stuck around. She joins me now, Dewana Matthews. First, you've worked at the engine plant for 12 years. Your initial thoughts as this all comes to an end?
Well, first of all, I would like to say congratulations to all of the UAW members who voted to ratify the contract. It's been a long process. And also congratulations and thank you to all the UAW officials who also worked hard and long hours to ratify this vote.
What did you like about the contract?
What I liked about the contract is that we maintained our health care, and we were also able to get the temporary employees hired in.
There have been some mixed emotions. Some people aren't as happy with it, but what do you say to your union brothers and sisters who may not feel as good about this deal?
Well, I'd just like to say that we all had solidarity, so we pretty much were on the same page. But, you know, to just hang in there, things are going to get better, and we just need to just stick together.
All right, Dewana Matthews, thank you so much. And she will actually be back to work Sunday for third shift here at the engine plant. But GM workers are being told that they can voluntarily return to work starting tomorrow. So we'll certainly see a different side out here come tomorrow and Sunday as we continue to follow these workers as they get back on the job. For now, live in Flint, Elise Ramey, ABC 12 News.
All right, Elise, thank you. Continuing our breaking team coverage of this ratified deal. Let's check in now with ABC 12's Rebecca Trilch. She is live outside Saginaw Metal Casting Operations. And Rebecca, it's a little lonely out there.
Yeah, Andrea, it's very lonely right now and has been for a couple of hours. When we got here around 4 o'clock, all the UAW Local 668 members who'd been out here for those 40 days were gone, presumably gone home. The only thing left remaining of their time here is this fire pit. Previously, there was a tent here. This was their strike headquarters. They had people at all 4 gates along the road here showing people that they were here for the long haul, but thankfully they are able to end their strike today. We are told they will return to work here at Saginaw Metal Casting Operations, third shift on Sunday. We did get a text message from UAW Local 668 President Tony Mann, who says a majority of the members feel that it was a fair and equitable contract and they look forward to getting back to work. Every time I was out here over the last several weeks, the thing I heard time and time again was concern for those temporary workers. When the tentative agreement was announced last week, that was also the biggest cheers were about those workers who now have a path to full-time employment. Reporting live in Saginaw, Rebecca Trilch, ABC 12 News.
All right, thanks, Rebecca. Now let's check in with ABC 12's Michael Knapp. So he is live outside the Davison Road CCA in Burton, and that's where they actually voted down the deal. So, Michael, what's the mood like there?
Well, Angie, there's not much of a mood right now. Everybody's gone, but the funny part is we've seen cars going through and they're still honking even though there are no picketers here. So spirit's still high here, but this was the local UAW 651 here on Davison Road, the CCA, that did not approve to ratify the deal. So we were out here earlier talking to people here, and we got a chance to speak with Brett Baker, who's the UAW local 651 president. And he gave us reason. He said their demands were not met, and here's why.
A big part about this membership's vote was about plant closures, the tiers that are in this agreement, not having a pension, and also the product investment that wasn't allocated in this agreement. But I do think that it brought this local together, it brought this nation together, and I look forward to the solidarity going forward after this.
So as you can see behind me again, everybody's gone. The last remaining of the cleanup crew left about 20 minutes ago, just doing a quick cleanup. I did get a chance to speak to some of the UAW members and ask them what they're doing this weekend. Some of them said tonight they'll be going to football games. Others said they'll be going to visit their grandkids, spend more time with family, go out to dinner. So many of them just trying to go back to their normal lives after 40 days on the picket line. So some relief here, obviously here at local 651. They didn't get what they wanted, but they still do feel that sense of relief, so they'll be getting back to their normal lives. But for now, reporting live in Burton, Michael Nafso, ABC 12 News.
Thank you, Michael. We had an opportunity to catch up with Michigan Democratic Representative Dan Kildee just as the results were being announced today. He says the temporary worker issue was an important fight for the union that went all the way back to GM's bankruptcy.
In order to make sure that the company survived when it was going through bankruptcy. One of the things that they did was to allow these temporary workers to sort of fill the gap while the company was trying to get back on its feet. So I think in the future, if the federal government or the union is going to step up and provide these extraordinary measures to keep an industry alive, we're going to have stronger assurances that the company won't take advantage of that.
Governor Gretchen Whitmer also releasing a statement reading in part today. This is good news for our working families and our economy. Michiganders are some of the hardest working people in this country, and they deserve to be treated with respect.
From the moment workers walked off the job until the final votes were counted today, ABC 12 has been your trusted source for complete coverage of the UAW strike.
But the story is far from over. Stay with ABC 12 on air and online as workers return to the assembly line and the UAW continues negotiations with Ford and Fiat Chrysler.